Hi, welcome to the Crazy Courage webinar where we are busting success myths and learning how to live more courageously. I am so excited because today we have one of my dear friends, Michael Jones, with us today. Michael is a coach, he's an author, and earlier this year he moved to Thailand where he is just living the life. I love seeing all of his pictures on social media. He is living the life and he runs his business from Thailand. So, welcome, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm very excited about this.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I know we're going to get a lot out of this conversation. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit more about yourself and your business?
Okay, well, again, my name is Michael Jones, and basically, keep it really simple. I help people with their transition from work to living, helping them get out of that corporate America, that lifestyle, the mentality, and let them know that they too can be an entrepreneur and they can live a life of their dreams.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love how you say you help them go from working to living. Could you just talk a little bit more about the difference between those two things?
Oh gosh, it's such a difference. It seems like when, we're working in corporate America, it's like we're almost like zombies. We wake up to be in traffic, to clock in, to sit down for 10 hours, to get back up, to go into traffic, to go back home, and do it all over again. This repetitive cycle from 40 to 50 hours a week. And it's just, you're not living, you're not taking time for yourself, you're not doing what you want to do, you're making someone else's dreams come true. So what I do is, like, again, I help people just realize, like, hey, you're alive, you can do this, you live your life for yourself. I don't think we came into this world wanting to work necessarily for anybody else. We want to work for ourselves and, to make our dreams come true. Well, at least I think so.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Tell us about your experience with this because I know your story and I know that, you've had to use enormous amounts of courage in your past to kind of leave behind a life that just wasn't that just really didn't satisfy you and move into this new life. But tell the audience a little bit about that journey for you.
Okay, my journey started back in 2005. I realized this when I had my quarter life crisis. I was 25 years old and I was miserable. I felt like my life just sucked. I did the same thing like I just talked about. I woke up, go to work, to come home. I was at a job I absolutely hated. I mean, it paid me well,
right,
but I hated it. I hated every day clocking in, looking at my manager, looking at my coworkers, and I just saw, I guess, my future.
right.
I was just looking around. I'm like, this is going to be me. I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to be in debt, and I'm just probably going to have a life that I just don't like because no one I worked with was happy.
Right.
They put on the face like they were, but they weren't happy.
It's a
And I
scary
saw
thing
that.
when you look around and you don't see anyone that you want to be like. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
anyone. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like I couldn't relate to anyone or anything. I just kind of knew there was something else in my life, and I was very lucky because my office had a really great view. We're like on the 32nd floor, and I just would look out the window all day and just wondering, what are they doing outside? Like, what goes on during the day? I would look at people walking around. I was like, where is he going? What is she doing? I wish I was out there doing anything besides this.
Right.
And so, like any person does, you take to Google and you start researching different ways of how to, get out of this life. What is your calling? What is your passion? And I knew I loved to help people. I always knew that. And I just decided to go into more, helping people in the situation I was in. Help them manage their lifestyle, if it was health, stress, getting more of a strategy of just moving forward in their lives.
Right, right. Oh, that's awesome. So when you came to the realization that you didn't want to work at your job anymore, was it something that happened overnight? Like you were just like, okay, I don't want to work here anymore. Boom, I'm into this new life. Or what was that transition like? What was that like for you?
Well, the transition was very interesting. Like I said, I knew I didn't want to be there, but I didn't really know how to leave because, again, I've been told my whole life
Right.
that you work for corporate America, you sit there for 30, 40 years, and hopefully that you get retired, you can retire and have a pension, and then that's when you start living your life when you're old. And I just knew that wasn't for me. So I had to constantly kind of build myself up, build up the courage to make that transition. And my thing that I did that helped me the most was, using affirmations of just saying, I radiate success and I prosper wherever I turn, nothing can stop me. And I had these little note cards and I posted them all over my desk. I had them in my car, I had them in my house. I know people thought I was crazy, but I don't care.
Crazy courage.
Yeah. And I just looked at them all day because, you get those thoughts that come into your mind saying, you can't do it. What are you doing? You need to stop. You need to turn back. And I knew I couldn't turn back. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew my future was not there where I was sitting in my cute farm. I knew it wasn't there.
That's so true. Now, you
Mm-hmm.
are living in Thailand now. How in the world did that happen?
I would just say the universe just brought me here. And like I said, I was financially, independent for so long. I was living in Los Angeles, and for some reason, it seemed like my clients became more remote. Like people just wanted to talk to me like over Skype. I had an office, and it just seemed like everything just started progressing. Like, oh well, we'll talk on the phone or we'll meet online, and it just like after a while, I was just sitting in my office. Like, why do I have this office?
Right.
So I was working from home, and then I looked around. I was like, why do I have this home? I could be anywhere.
Wow. So you just
So
go ahead.
I just, yeah, basically, I knew I always wanted to live abroad,
Right.
and things like I know I can do it. I know I want to live abroad, but how do you make money? Blah blah blah, and all that. And I'm like, wait, I'm making money by talking to people on Skype, helping them manage their lifestyle. So I just need an internet connection.
Right.
And it just popped in my head. I was like, oh, so I can go anywhere. So later on in that year, I took a trip to Thailand, just, for vacation, just to see. And then just something was like, it was such a wonderful place, such a calling here. And I said, you know what? I could live a wonderful life out here for a fraction of the cost of living in LA and able to really live life and just see the world. Because, the world is such a huge place. It's a huge place.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want it to be limited to, Los Angeles. Everybody's like, LA's so beautiful. Yes, it is. But there's a big, huge world out there that's even more beautiful than Los Angeles.
You could imagine.
Right.
Wow, that's so awesome. You
Mhm.
talked about like the limitations even before we mentioned Thailand. You talked about having these limitations of thinking you're supposed to work until you retire and then you live your life. Or even when you were kind of location independent in Los Angeles, you felt like, oh, but you're supposed to have an office. You're supposed, if you have your own business, you're supposed to stay in one place. How, how do you break free of those limitations? How do you decide that you're going to do something different when it's outside of the box?
Oh gosh, that's such a good question. When you do something different inside the box, man. I guess for me, it goes back to just, the freedom aspect.
Okay.
It was like just knowing like I was paying 2 rents. I was paying for my house rent, I was paying for my office, and it just almost didn't make any sense. It's like I'm putting out so much money. Yes, I had a lot of money coming in, but at the same time, it was just like I had 2 headaches every month.
Right.
Where I live and where I worked, and just the upkeep of that. And it was just like, and we live in this wonderful age, of technology, where it's just like you don't even have to have those. Only thing, like I said, you need an internet connection and a table and chair.
Well, I'm in Washington D.C. and or right outside of Washington D.C. and you're in Thailand. You know what I mean? But we can have these
And
conversations, yeah, and share it with the world. So
share it with the world. Yeah, and it's so wonderful that we're able to reach out to anybody in this world, via Skype, Google, whatever, the medium is that, the internet has brought us so much closer together.
it's so
I just think
true.
it's just such an amazing thing.
That's so true. Oh, that's just awesome. Now, when you told people you were moving to Thailand, what was their response? Was everyone like, "Yay"? Or
More like, nay, no. I have to say, it wasn't as bad as when I said I was going to quit my job and start working for myself.
oh, what was
But it was
that
still,
like?
oh, it was awful. Everyone told me that, what are you doing? Like, that's stupid. Like, why? Like, you want to start your own business? That makes no sense. Why would you want to start your business? You're probably going to fail. A lot of people fail.
The first
And I
5 years, right? Yeah.
yeah, I was just like, I thought you were my friends.
Right, right. I think that's
Yeah.
like that's the essence of the crazy part of courage.
Mhm.
It's sometimes you have to do those things that other people consider to be crazy. You know what I mean? Because we're not all meant to live the same life. We're not all meant to take the same path. And so sometimes because we kind of live in a culture where we've kind of become accustomed to all being the same and doing the same
Mhm.
things and,
Mhm.
following the status quo, you kind of have to do those things that are crazy just to kind of get back to yourself. So, yeah, I think that's funny.
Yeah, it definitely was an awakening. It was
Mhm.
like I said, I felt in my life, it's like, I can do anything. I can do it. I could, start my own business wherever I'm at. I can do it. And it was just like the universe was very like, okay, you say you can do that. I'll try to do it across the world. And I did it across the world. And, I'm really loving life and, where the universe has brought me right now. It's amazing. And I just feel everything just constantly keep growing and waking up and knowing that, life is good. It's going to keep getting better and more opportunity is out there for you. And it's just a wonderful feeling. It really is.
That's so true. Could you talk to us a little bit more about affirmations? You mentioned that you use affirmations to kind of get yourself into
Yes.
the right mindset to become an
Yes.
entrepreneur. You even gave us a couple. Tell us how that works. Like you start saying the affirmations, and then how
Mm-hmm.
does it change your life?
Because with me, like say, coming into being an entrepreneur or just trying to be more goal oriented, you have to like change your mindset. Because again, our whole lives we're taught negative, negative, no, 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 and you would think it would be so easy just to think positive. But it's kind of like it's difficult again if you're never really taught that. We've heard the word no more than we've heard the word yes. So with me, I remember getting it was Louise Hay is when I first heard of affirmations, this positive thought, and just like anybody, it's kind of like, what, these nice words, like,
Right, are going to
what
change
is
my
this?
life. Right.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I just say, you are wonderful. You can achieve anything. That's supposed to, make me do it, help me do it. And it really did. Like, I would wake up in the morning and I said I had this really long list of affirmations that, like, that kind of just radiated with me. And I wrote them down. And the one that stuck out was, I radiate success and prosper wherever I turn. I've been saying that to myself almost like 10 years now, every single day. And I started with just looking in the mirror and saying it 10 times to myself. I radiate success and I prosper wherever I turn. And it's funny because you start feeling something, like something sparked, and like it helped build my confidence and just helped me, like, just have raise my head a little taller, walk a little bit more confident, and just be more confident in myself. And it always helped me, like when I went into the office, it really helped me because that was a tough time. And again, people telling you no, no, and just not being happy. So constantly in my mind, ready, success, I prosper, I turn, nothing can hold me back. I'm here, I'm in the now, I'm in the present, and it just helped me so much on my journey. So whenever I'm, say down or whatever, I know every day I have to go in, look in the mirror, do my affirmations, and it's just reprogramming my mind, to more of a success mindset.
Okay. Okay. That
Mm-hmm.
makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
else do you do for self-care? You talked about kind of being in an environment where everyone is so negative. What are some other things we can do or that you do to make sure that you're not affected by that kind of stuff?
Surround myself with positive people.
The easiest
Plain
thing,
and simple.
right?
Right, plain and simple. You're gonna. I say when you're doing something that's against the protocol, against the norm, you're going to find out. Like I said, your closest people are not going to be the ones that are going to be, there for you. So I have to say, when the sad part about it is like you're going to lose friends. It's like you guys are on two paths. And that's what I said, it was kind of hard. It was like, we've been friends for so long, but now that I'm trying this, it's like you're not, helping me on this journey. You're not being there and saying, yes, you can.
Right.
It's more like, no, you can't. It's bad. It's stupid. You should go back to your job. And so it was like, I can't have those kind of people in my life that are going to hold me back. That's not what you want. You want people to, be there for you, to help you, have your back, whenever you have those times of being like, okay, am I doing the right thing? You want to call a friend and be like, yes, you are doing the right thing. You can do it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I think that support system is so important because,
Mm-hmm.
there are all these quotes about how you can only make as much money as the average net worth of the 5 people you hang around. You're only as successful as your friends. And when you're going down a different path to success, you want people there who will be supportive and not naysayers. So, yeah,
Right.
I totally agree with you. Tell us about life in Thailand. Like, what's it like?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's really an amazing place. I mean, it's really hot. It's very, very hot every day. But it's such a place of healing.
Okay.
Of just, like I said, growing up in a city environment, you're not used to people being nice.
Right.
And when you see someone being nice, you're almost kind of like, what are you trying to do?
What do you want? Right.
What do you want? Yeah. But it's just such a genuine. People are just they come up to you, they smile, and my broken tie. I try to talk to them, and of course, I'm saying everything wrong, and they kind of laugh. But just the fact that I'm trying, it really makes a difference. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's just such a wonderful place where you can truly grow as a person. You're definitely outside of, your box, and everything you've been told. It's like your world is turned upside down. You cross the street, different, cars are coming different ways. It's crazy. The food is totally different. And even the mindset of the people are very different. So every day it's a journey. I'm learning and loving life, and this is beautiful. Like I said, walking down the street, seeing these 1,000-year-old temples and this wonderful environment and plants and everything like I've never seen before. So a great place to live. I'm very happy, with the move out here, and I just see so many great things.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, because I know there are so many people whose dream it is to just travel and live in another country or another continent, live abroad. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. You mentioned when you were talking about Thailand that it was a very healing place. And I think healing is so important when you're trying to live your dreams. Could you talk, especially since you're in sort of the healing, modality and field, could you talk a little bit more about what does healing have to do with being a success or achieving your dreams?
Oh gosh, you have to work on yourself to be a success. If you're helping people, you have to do work on yourself.
Right.
I can't imagine having, being like a negative person, not, trying to better myself, and then I'm going forward and helping people. It's like it doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. So like every day I'm constantly trying to learn about myself and, negative mindsets that I might have. And like I said, this is such a place where, it's really, based on meditation and growth. So it's like I get to go and really meditate and get my mind right, every single day. And it definitely reflects in, in the work that I do and the message that I want to, bring to people.
You feel like meditation has been important for you on this journey?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I just remember how my mind was like, I just would not. It was constantly going a million miles to nothing.
Right.
I swear. But now, through meditation and deep breathing, I'm kind of able to kind of, when it starts going, I'm able to kind of calm it down. So I'm really able to kind of hear and know what I'm supposed to be doing. Kind of crazy, right?
Right. Now, you've done like some amazing things in your life. You left your corporate job, started your own business. Now you live in Thailand. What would you say has been one of your most courageous moments?
Oh gosh, walking out the door in corporate America, that was the best feeling of my life. I just remember I had my resume in my in like a little file folder for like months,
Right.
and I would just constantly just change the day. I was like, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do it today. And then one day, I just remember sitting down. I said, I'm gonna do this today. I took that file, changed the day, and I printed it out, and I was like, hey, I got something to talk to you about. I gave it to my manager, and he was like, oh, okay. Of course, is there anything we can do? We don't want you to, leave. We see much potential. And I was just like, and for a second, something was just like, wait. And then a voice in my head was like, what the hell? Get out of there. And I was like, you know what? Honestly, thank you for the opportunity. Working here has kind of helped me realize certain things in my life. It's got me to this point, and I'm so thankful for it. But I have to go forward,
Right.
in my life and being an entrepreneur. And when I said it, I just was waiting for like my boss's face. So I was like, what are they going to do? And he was just like, no, I get it. I get it. And he sat there, was like, I always want to start my own business.
Aw.
I was like, really? And he kind of told me, his backstory, what he wanted to do. And he was just like, you know what? I do it. He's like, and he said, you want to be old like me and stuck in this job and you can't do it.
That's the funniest thing because, of course, that I left my corporate job too. And, it just wasn't for me. It was a great company, great people, but it just wasn't for me. Once you get that entrepreneurial whisper, you just can't turn it off. And, yeah, I think it's funny once you do leave or once you do put in your notice, all the people who come and say, oh, I wish I could do that, or that's something I wish I could do, or I've always wanted to start my own business.
Right.
Do you feel like you making that courageous step influence people around you?
Yes. Yes, it has. And it's funny, some have left. But there's always a lot of questions. Like everything, like, so what do you do? How do you do that?
Right.
What about this? Are you scared? What about this? What about that? And it's just like, I try to answer, as much as I possibly can. And, I always tell people, like, I would love to help you more. Every person, every story, every strategy is going to be different. Let me assist you in this. I'm here whenever you need me. And there it is. But it definitely has really piqued the interest of many. Like, wow, if, you can do it, I can do it. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can.
Very true. Now you have like you live in paradise, so I'm not even sure if I should ask you this question. But what have been some of your challenges over, along the way?
I guess, well, the language barrier, it's definitely that's, just having to like live things just like total opposite of what I was brought up. It's just different. I can't compare. Someone asked me, was like, what's better, Los Angeles or Thailand? And it's like, I can't compare it. It's just something just totally different. And so it means just kind of learning to adopt a new way of living. I'm so used to hustle and bustle, go, 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 go,
Right,
go.
right, right.
It's kind of like, where are you going?
Right.
Slow down.
So fast, right.
So that in itself I still have problems with it. Like, walking, and Thai people are kind of taking their time, looking around, enjoying their life. And I'm like, come on, I have to hurry up. I have to, wait,
Wow.
no, I don't have to hurry up. Slow down. Breathe.
I can just feel that as you say it. Like it just, I just want to take a breath right now. Like because it's so true. We are always moving
Mhm.
so fast. And where
So
are we
fast,
going?
so fast. Start on the computer to get to
To check our
work.
Facebook page. Yeah.
Take our Facebook page. I gotta send this selfie.
What has
And that's
slowing?
basically that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, what has slowing down like done for you?
Oh gosh, it said give me time to really reflect
Hmm.
and think, and be very kind of calculated with my movements. Because like we don't have any time to think. It's like when I work with someone, I try to give them, like say, deep breathing exercises to really slow down and learn to think. Just stop. Just take a moment. Because first thing, I don't have any time to do this. I don't have any time to do this. I don't have. I was like, you have time to breathe, right? Oh yeah, yeah. I guess I do. It's like, okay, now just stop. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Clear your mind for a second.
Oh, just hold on.
And it's
Just
funny
hold that
thing.
thought. If we could just all do that, just everyone who's on this
Yes,
call,
let's
let's
do
just do that right
it.
now. Because I feel that. I feel like I need that. I have two little ones. I need to take a breath. Could you just lead us through just that quick, just that a deep breath?
Okay.
Just, yeah.
Okay. I want you to sit there, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it go. Slowly open your eyes. There. That's simple.
It's that simple. Yeah. Like just that, those few seconds just made me feel so much
Mhm.
better. And it's so funny how we'll just go through life and never, yes, we'll go through days without ever stopping. Like we wake up, the alarm goes off, and we're hitting the ground running. And then we go, 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 go until bedtime when we just fall out. You know what I mean? But just to be consciously still and consciously aware. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's amazing.
It really, yeah, it makes a difference in your life to have like your nervous system be balanced, and
Hmm.
helps with your mental, helps with stress management, just breathing. I've worked with so many people and they've told me like, oh, I took time and I breathed 3 times today. I was like, wow, you're breathing. And they're like, yeah, I realize I don't breathe.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, crazy, right?
Right. That is. That is. And how
Mm-hmm.
does that? Because that feels like such personal development. What does that have to
Mm-hmm.
do with business development? Like how are those two things linked?
Like I said, if you're not growing as a person, your business is not going to grow. It's just plain and simple. You have to do the work on yourself to have your business progress and yourself progress. As you're learning and getting better, your business will get better and better. It's like you have more of a handle on it, and you have the energy to put into your business. It's the craziest thing. I know when I started my self development journey. I just started off with a thought. This business was just a thought. And so I, became better in myself and more confident. My business just started booming. It was the craziest thing. It was like, the better I got, the better my business got. And I was just like, wow, there's a correlation between the two.
Right.
Work on myself and my business will grow. And I'm going to keep that up for the rest of my life.
It sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, it's like I'm becoming a better person, and my business is constantly flourishing.
That's awesome. That's
Hmm.
awesome. Michael, if people want to know more about you, if they want to contact you, where can they go?
Oh, visit my website, MikeJonesToday.com. Oh, and I just started something very new. When you go and sign in on my opt-in page, it's going to be on the right side of the of the screen. I'm offering a free 5 tips to quitting your job and living the life of your dreams. It's going to be a 5-day series. Each day, you're giving one tip of how to quit your job and start living the life of your dreams. It's something I'm offering to everyone who comes to my site. And because again, my my goal in life is to help people realize their full potential, help them with their confidence and stop being scared. You have to stop being scared because fear, it'll tear you up. Being not confident will tear you up. It will leave you in a place where you do not want to be. And I've been there. So I want to educate people and let them know that, to how to break free of that and really start to live their life.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Any final thoughts about courage, about living the life of your dreams?
Don't be scared. Do not be scared. I mean, I hate to sound like, Will Smith in the movie, but, fear. I'm telling you, it's, dangerous word, but fear is an option. Like, you make up your mind to be scared. And you really sit and think about what are you scared of? What are you scared of?
Yeah.
Living, being successful? I don't know.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Michael. Thank you
for
making us take a breath. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I love everything that you're doing in Crazy Courage. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.